The Trump administration is threatening to withhold funds and jail officials who refuse to comply with its non-citizen voting probe.
This all is drawing sharp backlash from critics who call it a disgusting abuse of power.
ABC's Olivia Rubin has more.
Today, the Trump administration threatening to withhold federal election-related aid from states that don't comply with their directives on election security.
If states want the grant funding, to recap, they must secure the elections. The machines had to be secured, and that your voter registration list needs to be scrubbed.
Even threatening criminal penalties.
If the election officials, once we gave them the information they need to secure their elections, and they chose not to, then those individuals can also be held accountable by fines, by penalties, and even, depending on how far it goes, prison time.
President Trump lost the 2020 election by more than 7 million votes, but he regularly pushes unsubstantiated allegations of fraud. Trump escalating that effort in a primetime address Thursday night, declassifying a slew of documents he claimed showed vulnerabilities in election systems.
No country can be great without fair and honest elections. You have to trust your country.
And the heavily redacted documents by the White House don't actually appear to back up those claims. In one instance, Trump claiming his administration found more than 250,000 non-citizens on the voter rolls. But the documents don't show exactly how they got those numbers. And at no point did the president prove people cast ballots who shouldn't have. Democratic Senator Alex Padilla from California in a statement today calling DHS's actions a, quote, disgusting abuse of power and a waste of taxpayer resources, adding DHS should instead focus on stopping drug cartels, terrorism, and protecting from, quote, genuine security threats. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, New York.
And Virginia Senator Mark Warner expected the president would speak about China last night. As vice chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee, Warner says attempts to influence elections in the U.S. by other countries is nothing new, but interfering, like changing vote counts, is a completely different thing that hasn't occurred.
The intelligence community's conclusion on China was they had the capacity, but they didn't choose to influence that much. And if they didn't have a candidate of choice, they were mostly just there to try to undermine confidence in our country's elections.
And Warner says of the 18 different intelligence agencies, one found that China did try to influence the 2020 election, but it had no effect on the outcome.
And President Donald Trump is centering his message on the 2020 election as the 2026 midterms approach. Despite court rulings and independent studies showing little to no fraud, experts say Trump is using claims of a stolen election to fire up his base and cast doubt on future results.
He was providing this stump speech, these points to his voters, his faithful voters, to get them locked in. And then, of course, he turns to the 2020 election and then, of course, the election coming up.
Experts add the 2026 strategy is about self-preservation and exposes a growing divide within the GOP as some Republicans pledge to accept the losses while the president continues questioning the system.